Hello everybody and welcome to a review of Musume Cinderella Grey episode 11. Now, I gotta be honest with you guys about Cinderella Grey for a bit. I feel like Musume is right now the best sports anime of all time. It is clearly the best sports anime of all time. Better than Blue Lock, better than Haikyuu, better than Yamushi Pedal, better than Prince of Tennis, even though I love Prince of Tennis. But I feel like Musume is slept on for the shows because Musume is so good that people have slept on the show because it's horse racing and not the actual like sports, you know, like soccer, football, baseball, anything classic sports animes. But when people look at Musume, they say this like, oh, this is just horse racing, we don't care. But these are real, these names are like Special Week, Oguri Cap, Rice Shower, Tamamo Cross, Golden Ticket, you know. All these names is based off of like real horse names that in the Japan Derby. Like, come on, you gotta understand this, guys. This is a real deal show, and I love this series so much that I actually I can't wait for the demo. I mean, I can't wait for it. Like, I have the JP version of Musume, and about a couple weeks, we're gonna get that. Oh, by the way, happy Father's Day to all the anime dads, good dads who supported their child. And not the bad dads, even though it's there. But still, happy Father's Day to us all, and to all. Hey, spend time with your fathers as you can. Now, we're going to talk about Musume for a bit. Normally I do it now, but normally I got to do it. But, you know, notice I'm not wearing my anime shirt because I got to get to work to do this. So, and I'm going to be tired coming in, so I feel like not doing it tomorrow. So, but I will talk about Yandere Dark Elf tomorrow, if not today, depending on how my body feels from work. But anyway, Musume episode 11 is gonna give us something we got. It's the calm before the storm. It's the build up to the last episode, and sadly, this show is going to be ended. Sadly, it is a sad way to end it. I wish we would have had 24 episodes. If this show had 24 episodes, we would have been in. Which reminds me, Musume needs to have 24 episodes, since we only got 12. I just realized that every Musume only ends at 12. We need more. We need like 24 or 20 episodes. But without further ado, let's get right to it. Episode 11 of Musume Cinderella Grey. Okay, now, Oguri Cap. You know, Oguri Cap is one of the best female characters of spring 2025. And I get it. We all love Mao Mao from the Apothecary Diaries because I do have a hot take when I say this. Mao Mao from the Apothecary Diaries is the best female protagonist of all time. Of all time. And look, I'm throwing shades at people here. She's better than Lucy Hartfilia. She's better than Sailor Moon. It's just something about Mao Mao just speaks itself. But going on, I'm saying about Oguri Cap. Oguri Cap is the best female protagonist this spring. I mean, you gotta understand. First time I saw Oguri Cap, she was in the background of the shot just eating food and just devour it like nothing. I remember seeing her eating donuts and she won in competition just for donuts. I remember her in the background. I remember her sitting down with Tamamo Opera in that series, Road to the Top, that OVA series, and just eat. But looking at Oguri Cap, you picked the best adaptation for her. Now I want to see Golden Ship Story. But going on with Oguri Cap is no joke. So the next race is racing for the G2 Classic, and it's crazy because this competition was against the veterans. Now, I'm not good with their names here, but there was somebody who was Cyrus, I can't pronounce her name. She was all twirling around and hit people, but that was funny. But still, Oguri Cap was going against the veterans. I mean, the veterans of this group, to a point where I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be epic. Excuse the background loudness. My family's in the background. I just want to get this out the way. But again, she's up against the best of the best. And now the race. Now, I love the old man in this episode. The old man kind of gave it away, showing that there's other petitions going around with her and just kicking the crap out of people. Like the old man is very smart, saying, look, okay, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna be in the back because everyone knows you. Everyone, since you've been in the town, since you've been called the monster, Oguri Cap is now the huge target on her back. So the race started and it was intense as ever. I mean, you got to see everybody being at their best. If the veterans are and the smartest of they are, everyone just like pulling off the weight here. I mean, literally, they fast enough to pull off all the stops, and they know Oguri Cap is going to be open, but they close the gaps. They close the gap for Cap not to go through, and leave it to that motivation of March saying, "Be the best, find an opening, all that stuff." And then just like that, she passed all the veterans, and not only that, this is what I like about this race. The veterans knew they can't patch Cap. The moment Oguri passed everybody in front, that was the moment that everybody just like, oh, I can't pass her because she's so freaking flawless. Everybody just passed by her. Nobody can even pass her. These veterans don't know who they freaking messing with. When I'm talking about Oguri Cap. When I'm talking about Oguri Cap, they're no freaking joke to society. I mean, literally, no one can now hold a candle to her. I mean, that's just like, okay, I know she's the fastest, but if you ask me who's the fastest Ume Sune character throughout the shows I've been watching, I didn't see the movie. I honestly didn't see the movie. I gotta watch that. But if you ask me who is the fastest Ume Sune character just by looking at Oguri Cap, I'm gonna be unbiased. I'm going just Cross. I think Tamamo Cross is the fastest Ume Sune because the White Lightning. I'm still reminiscing from last week where she just came out of nowhere and just won the entire race. You didn't even hear her footsteps. You didn't even hear her feet. She just literally just like whoosh, like a streak of lightning. That's why I don't know, it's kind of hard because Tamamo Cross is the fastest. And I'm looking at Oguri Cap, and she could be fastest too, but when I'm looking at these two of the race together, Cross kind of take it, Cross kind of take it in. That's why I'm like, I can't. But Oguri Cap beating everybody was flawless. Nobody can't even hold a candle to her. Now, it's nice to see Joe back, our beloved trainer, Joe. I haven't seen him in so long, but it's great to see him back. And you get to see Oguri Cap smiling because it's been a long time since we see Cap smiling, and it's so fluctuated way. But again, Joe is back, and it's great that we see Joe because again, we haven't seen a long time since his hometown, and he's been training to be the coach in Tokyo, to get his license in Tokyo, which is hard, by the way, because it's very, very hard to get your license in Tokyo. Very hard. You get a training license in Tokyo. So they all brought souvenirs for people, and it's from their hometown. I love, it's funny, these three, Ruby, Mini, and they caught Norn. They kind of stepped up. See, these three are more useful than the three heroes from Rising of the Shield Hero. You see what I'm saying? These three has stepped up a long way. Ever since the first episode, they've been like a trio annoying Oguri Cap. But since then, they kind of stepped up as character development. They formed a friendship with Oguri Cap. You know what I mean? I can't hate, you can't hate these three. You cannot hate these three. You may hate them the first episode, but then episode 2 and 3 and beyond, they gotten better with Oguri Cap. See, I can forgive. Because, like I said, I can forgive them because you take one shot. You give them one shot, and I can forgive them. And just like them, I forgive them. I absolutely forgive them. I forgive them. And they show like souvenirs for Oguri Cap, One, Norn got her dance DVD, because, she's family runs a dance studio, so to help her with a dance. You got one that gave her, like, garlic, and then you got one with herbs and all that stuff. And I love Joe little merch thing, like a little charm. It's those things you see, it's those things you put on the window, and they give the cards to remove bad luck. And I like that. Props for him making one for Belno Light and Gap. It looks like, I like one of those. Now, the press conference. We're going to be talking about the press conference for a bit. So the press conference is coming, and Oguri Cap, this is the first time we get to see Oguri Cap in her star dress debut. Oh, the banner. I love their banner. Even March helped out. And you got to give Oguri Cap credit. She made friends with everybody. She has friends in home and in Tokyo. Like, come on. She brought March together. She brought those three together. She is fantastic. She is fantastic. I really can't with her. Now, her debut, her racing uniform, her star uniform. I mean, they call her the star of Kasamatsu, so that's the name they gave her for Oguri Cap banner. So I like her uniform. This is why we're getting her merch. This is why we're gonna get her merch. This is why I think it was not Rhode Island Anime Con. I think it was Castle Point. Yeah, it was Castle Point Anime Con, and I remember someone cosplayed as Oguri Cap in that Oguri Cap racing uniform. So I like to seeing her coming out in her racing uniform, the debut, showing off her racing uniform is fantastic. I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, it is fantastic. I'm telling you right now, I'm buying her merch. I'm buying her Nindroid first off. I mean, even though I like Right Shower, but I'm gonna get her Nindroid. Now, Tamamo Cross. Cross is, her old man is in the hospital. I think that was her trainer. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know much about Tamamo Cross backstory. I hope we get somewhat of a backstory of Tamamo Cross. I mean, we got to see her backstory. Well, not her backstory. We got to see she had to go to the hospital to visit her old man, which is her trainer, which I believe is her trainer. Yeah, her trainer. And, that's that. Now, and then you got to see, now listen, the press conference was really good. I didn't even care the other three walking by. Those three are the top three. But the biggest presentation was Oguri Cap and then Tamamo Cross. Those three need to worry about those two. That's what I'm saying. Now, Oguri Cap and Tamamo Cross has goals. Cap's goal is to be the best in the world. Not just Japan, the world. That's the goal. It went from being the best in Japan, nope, best in the world. That's her goal. And then Tamamo Cross, she has her goal. She wants to be winning gold in all three main courses of the franchise. She wants to be to win the gold. And then you see that aura, and I love the aura that Tamamo Cross showed to Oguri Cap. It's like they don't even have to, like, they can just pass by. They can just pass by and literally just, you can sense the aura. You can feel the aura. Like, those three don't see the aura. But when you look at Cap, looking at Tamamo Cross and Cap see the aura of it, that is like, oh my God, the stage is set for these two to go at it at WrestleMania. And I like to say that because I like WrestleMania. These two are gonna have a rivalry, kind of like Stone Cold and The Rock, kind of like Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. You know what I mean? These two are gonna go at it like this, and this is gonna be one of the best. Listen, if next week's episode, I want to see this race, and if I look at this race compared to all the other races I've seen, this might be a top 3 race of all time if they pull this off. But I love where this episode going is the build up, and I can't wait to see this. So overall though, this episode was really good. I mean, we got to see, oh, by the way, the ending. I do like the ending credits of it because the ending shows the banner that Joe and the rest of the cast showed their appreciation to Oguri Cap. It was just really, really great to see. But overall though, this episode was really good. This is one of those, again, build up to the last episode. This is a build up to the moment we're gonna see this episode. The moment we're gonna see Cross and Cap go at it. Now, if you ask me, before this race even starts next week, I'll tell you this. Me personally, I think Tamamo Cross is gonna win. And I'm not knocking off shades of Oguri Cap. I'm not knocking off shades of Oguri Cap. I swear to everything I love, I am not knocking off Cap. The only reason I'm picking Cross to win this is because this is one of those, like, me personally, it's one of those animes where the MC try to beat their rival, and then he or she MC lost. That's what I'm looking at from this episode. So I feel like Oguri Cap, don't get me wrong, I love Oguri Cap. I am not knocking off anything about Oguri Cap, but I feel like next week's race, Cross is going to win because I feel like there's some kind of a pattern here. Because if you go back to Cross and March race, March won by a technicality due to Cap's shoe. But that's still a win, you know what I mean? Even though I don't count that, but that's still a win. But then I'm looking at this and I'm like, they're not going to let Cap beat Cross on the first time they race. I think this is going to be another build-up, maybe in the future, where Cap wins the first race and then back at Revenge, Cross beat Cap the first time, and then Cap gonna be Cross's second time, so it's like a revenge tour. That's how I see it. But I think Tamamo Cross is gonna win next week. That's just my final prediction. I'm just saying. But I do like this, and I do like this episode. This is like one of those tensified episodes, like you're building up, build up, your blood pulsing. You want to see where this goes, and hopefully we'll see where this goes. I really hope. So next week is the last episode of Umaesune. Sadly to see this show go, but like I said, guys, give this show a freaking chance. It is one of the best sports animes we have ever seen. Trust me when I say this. Give it a try. So thank you for watching my review of the show. I will talk more, but I gotta get to work, so see you next week.